name is Mervin Kersh. Mervin Kersh. My age 94 and a half at the moment. What did I do during the war? I was 14 when the war began. I was called up at 18 and a half. And 19 and a half I was in France, on the beaches.
You were
playing in the sand.
playing in the sand. How was that for you? How did you experience that?
Until I could see the outline of France as we were landing in dawn, I didn't feel any fear. When I saw France, then I realised what I was going into. As it happened, I went into something that was very quiet when I landed. The Germans were still reeling and hadn't regrouped yet, so I landed without anyone shooting at me, which was very good. It varied day to day. The German planes didn't come over after the first few days. Didn't see the planes. Saw shells going over both ways, but wasn't really so terrifying as people say. Perhaps I shouldn't say that. Not for me anyway. I followed 30 Corps.
How do you look back now at that period? It's now 74 years ago. How do you look back at that?
I'm still very pleased that I did, that I was able to contribute, that I participated in the liberation of Europe. And now I want to get out of Brexit, get out of Europe again.
If we talk about liberation, about freedom, how important is it?
Well, the war began simply because the Allies, France and Britain, disarmed. If they hadn't disarmed, if they'd got stronger, Germany would never have started a war. Would never have invaded Czechoslovakia, but certainly wouldn't have gone into Holland, Norway, Denmark, Belgium and France. If you're strong, people don't attack you. And that could have averted the war. I knew it then as a child and I know it now. And I think children should be taught at school all over Europe to remain strong and they won't be attacked. No bully attacks someone who's strong. They only attack people who are weak or nations who are weak. And the war was caused because Britain and France kept disarming after the First World War. And encouraged Hitler.
It's still freedom for everybody is so very important. And I feel honored that I can talk to you now after so many years what happened. And we have to deliver that message to the future, to the young people especially.
You've got to keep on delivering it, generation after generation. The only way to keep the peace. That's how I feel. I go to schools, I talk to schools, I talk to clubs, but that's adults. But I prefer to talk to schools, 14 and 18-year-old children, tell them my experiences, but also teach them what it's all about and how to avoid a recurrence.
We go in the footsteps of the Allied forces. What do you think about that?
I think it's a very good idea. That also helps to notify people, and that's what the object is, to keep telling younger children as they come up, keep telling them, keep reminding them that they've got to remain strong and have a desire for freedom, not be taken in by anyone who can talk well. I think that's the important thing. You've got to keep the lesson going, generation after generation, not just one generation.